Panago Pizza presents SDP, the Steve Dangle Podcast, with your hosts, Steve Dangle, Adam Wilde, and Jesse Blake.
Let's go!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Regular!
Woo!
Man, this is something we want to do so much more now that we got the opportunity and the equipment to actually do stuff live.
Right?
This is the Steve Dangle Podcast. If you're just in this bar because you wanted to be here, sorry, we're going to be making a lot of noise until game time.
Yep.
If you're not, if you are a listener of the SDP Regular, let's hear from you right now.
Come on.
All right.
Hey.
Yes. Love
That's
it.
a lot of folks.
That's a lot of folks.
All right, so we got a big show lined up. We're gonna do some questions a little bit later as well, and we got a microphone for you so we can record your questions. Woo!
So you'll be on the podcast.
Yeah, we're moving up in the world, and yes, I will be eating a ghost pepper this evening. Woo! Because our buddy Mahesh donated $3,000 to Easter Seals on our behalf. So he said, if you do it, I'll donate $3,000, and he did. So I will. There you go.
Don't you love it?
I hate it.
Isn't it great when you're forced to eat a pepper on the podcast in front of people? Isn't it fun?
Must be bad. I guess I'm gonna find out how you feel, man.
Yeah. Pretty jacked.
Now, Steve, before we get into the segment that we always start the show off with Who Wore the Crown, Steve, you have a huge extension to announce. It's a big contract.
Yes, there was a big contract extension in sports, folks. $8 million. Do we have any guesses? Who signed for
Anybody?
$8 million?
$8 million extension signed today. Anybody?
Can I guess?
Yes.
My guess is you with Sportsnet.
No.
Jesse, you were close.
Okay.
Stephen A. Smith
Oh.
has supposedly re-signed for $8 million. We're in the wrong country.
We sure are. We're also in the wrong sport.
Yep. Anything but hockey.
Anything but hockey, and you can make some money. Hey, listen, we're gonna get into Who Wore the Crown, and we're actually gonna get some audience participation in this as well. We haven't had a game. The way we're gonna do it tonight is we're gonna do a little prediction. Who do you think wears the crown tonight? Now, like we've always said, Crown Royal. Live generously, life will treat you royally. We crown a Leaf who gives it all for their team. And who do you think wears the crown tonight? Steve Dangle.
I have a weird pick. He's a guy who started the season real hot, but he's been pushed down the lineup a little bit. He's been quieter, and this is going to be a fast game, a game against Vegas. Trevor Moore.
Trevor Moore.
Trevor Moore's going to have a big night.
Who's with him on Trevor Moore? Oh, wow.
That's what happens when you pick a fourth liner.
Not good. Not good. I'm going to say John
Is Mike
Tavares.
Stevens here?
Yeah,
John
no, Mike is
Tavares?
not here. John Tavares is, and I think it's an easy one, but John Tavares is in his second game, and even though his middle finger is still broken and he can't grip his stick, I feel like that open net that he missed last game is eating him alive.
Oh, buddy.
And I feel like he scored a goal with a broken foot or broken hand. He can do it again. So I think John Tavares is our guy. And Jesse, your turn.
Started the Navy last episode. Who knows who's going to wear the crown tonight? Say it with me. William Nylander, everybody.
Unbelievable. I hope so.
The beautiful Swede from Calgary. He's going to wear the crown tonight.
And there might be an interruption mid-show because, I don't know, some guy on Sportsnet's going to talk about William Nylander pregame.
Is that you?
You know, Jesse, with surprises. You know, what? The guy with the weird hair. No, that's... It's going to be me, guys. I'm talking about William Nylander. That was the joke. It's not Brian Burke.
Thank you for finally joining the Nylander Navy.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, I wore my William Nylander socks today just for you.
Did you?
Look at that.
Ooh.
You get a half
Sir
crown
socks.
for that.
What's that?
You get a half crown.
half crown for that. All right, beautiful.
2.5 crowns to go.
So that's who.
How many Corsies is that in your pool?
That's who wore the crown for this week. Brought to you by Crown Royal. Next time the puck drops, why not?
Why not?
Excuse me, I didn't hear you. Why not?
Why not?
Live generously and treat your Leafs crew to a Crown Royal Old Fashioned. Boy, I'm glad that's catching on.
It's way more weird in person.
It
I liked it. That was great.
Here's the deal. Today, Nick Patan and Martin Marincin on waivers.
How do we feel about that?
Anybody? Are we
Boo?
hot or cold? We're booing.
That's
Yeah, a lot
how you
of
know.
boos.
That's how you know who listens to the show. Like, what kind of crowd? There are so many bars where Martin Marincin getting waived would just be people would be weeping like, this is amazing. This is the best day of my life.
It's like an Italian funeral, just so.
Oh, just beating your chest, and this is so good. But we're like, you know what? I miss Marty.
Right. So that's Martin, but Nick Patan's the one that's interesting because that's the guy that they seem to not be able to find a place for in the lineup. They put him with Tavares and Marner last game, obviously to showcase him. Doesn't work out. They can't find a trade partner. Do you believe that? I think Martin Marincin makes it through, and I don't think there's much doubt about that. Do you think Nick Patan makes it through waivers tomorrow?
You know what? I kind of think they both will. Yeah. But I said, Nick, can you play on the right wing? No. Nick, can you play on the right wing with McDavid and Draisaitl? Yes, I can. I absolutely can. But someone tweeted me today, and they're like, the Oilers are going to claim this guy off waivers. The Oilers continue to do nothing. Well, nevertheless.
Right.
We always say they should get that guy. They never get that guy. I think they both sneak through.
Now, Haley Salvian threw out on Twitter that DJ Smith was a big fan of Marincin, so he might be going to Ottawa.
Well, they don't have enough ex-Leafs or Leafs defensemen.
Right?
So
why not one more?
Why not? Why not, Jesse?
So Mike Babcock said about Nick Patan today, he said, we're trying to figure out a place for him. Pete loves hockey, works hard, good guy, makes plays.
I need a running tally on everyone on the Leafs.
Who's a good guy?
Who loves hockey. Babcock, Willie loves hockey. Mm-hmm. Mitch loves hockey. And now Nick Patan.
Is that his equivalent of he's a nice guy? Like that's a bare minimum requirement? You should love hockey? You're playing for the Leafs?
Works hard. He's a nice man. He loves hockey. He loves hockey and coconut water.
Right.
That's why he likes him.
Right. Okay. And I guess we'll find out with that tonight. One thing, and I'm not sure if you guys saw it up here today on the screen, Brian Little took a slap shot to the face yesterday.
To the ear.
Yeah.
To the ear. 25 to 30 stitches last night in a hospital, and he has a perforated eardrum.
This is at least the second injury this season where I've had to Google what that even means.
Right.
But basically, his eardrum is duffed, and I don't even know what the recovery is on that.
Yeah, did they say how long he's going to be out for?
Well, they don't know. I think Steve mentioned it before the show. Balance is a huge issue.
That'll screw up your balance big time, and that's like half of the sport, isn't it?
Right, yes.
And it's tough for an older guy, too. Just more great news for the Winnipeg Jets.
Yeah, they've had a heck of a season.
Jeez, man. And Brian Little, too. He seems to have gone in and out of the lineup, I want to say.
Right.
Unless I'm confusing him with someone else, but that's a brutal one. And, hockey culture, we talk about it pretty much every second show at this point, but Sidney Crosby wears the full ear protection, and for years he got chirped for it. It was basically just him and Malkin holding down the fort with the ear protection because I guess their lives are just too valuable. But other third and fourth line plugs, they can just go and do whatever they want. Man, protect those ears. Protect those ears.
This is not a wake-up call.
You don't want this.
No. This is it's a need. It's like there's nothing he could have done to stop this from happening.
Of course.
But
Right.
if you can
Of
add
course.
protection.
Well, and even if
Why
he was
not?
wearing protection, what? Imagine if he wasn't.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Can I throw out a theory I've been mulling over?
Please.
Are the Winnipeg Jets a cautionary tale for missing your window? Because,
Yes.
2 years ago, we looked at that team as a young team who's going to win a Stanley Cup eventually. And now it looks like, where are they going? Because they have no defense
That's a
and
good
everybody's
point.
dropping.
They're a cautionary tale for not playing Marc-Andre Fleury in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Unless you're
Right.
the Flyers. The Winnipeg Jets really should have won the Cup a couple years ago. You could argue the final should have been Winnipeg-Tampa.
Yeah.
And it just wasn't, man. It's a goofy little sport, isn't it? It's a goofy
You
little
can't-
sport.
you
I
know
don't
what,
think they did anything wrong.
Yeah, that's the thing. They didn't do anything wrong, but they still didn't capitalize on the moment when they had all these young stars, which is a shame.
The best team in the league rarely wins the Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
Eerie words, which is why I'm so confident in the Leafs.
So I want to read you guys something.
Do it.
It's a Reddit post called "I had a ghost pepper last night." So here's
Sounds
what it says.
great.
In a moment of drunken idiocy, I swallowed a ghost pepper last night. And while the immediate effects were at least manageable, my stomach is not agreeing with me this morning. Does anyone have any experience with these? Is there any way I can get rid of this curdling sensation in my stomach? I've eaten all the bread and drank all the milk I can handle. And then he updates it 12 hours later. It's been about 12 hours since I originally had the pepper, and it's been pretty up and down the whole day.
I'll bet it's been up and down.
Obviously, the bathroom was terrible, But thank you for your advice so far. And yogurt has been pretty helpful. The lotion was also a pretty good one.
Has anyone had any food yet tonight?
Anybody eating anything?
You guys enjoying your evening there? Adam, I think you're going to have a great time. Mrs. Dangle years ago brought home from Buffalo this hot sauce called 100% Pain. Not a great name. She dared me to have a shot of it.
Like a full shot?
Like a shot glass worth.
Like a shot glass worth.
Nice.
I poured it in the shot glass, looked at it, and I went, I am absolutely not doing this. She goes, okay, how about a spoon? So I did the spoon. Here's the problem. I was so worked up, saliva and everything, it just slid right down. So she expected me like, oh, he's going to be dying. And I was like, no, I'm actually fine. After 2 or 3 minutes, Adam, I hit the deck. I was literally on the floor. And if the pain lasted another 5 minutes, I was going to go to the hospital. So you have fun there, pal.
All right. Now, I've been someone that's prided myself on liking hot food, but I'm going to read the label to this to you guys.
You're really going to do this?
Well, I don't really have a choice. These are dried ghost peppers. They are rated between, and this is on the Scoville scale, from 800,000 to 1 million. I don't know what that means. You haven't even heard the best part yet. Use extreme caution when handling and consuming. Tiny piece goes a long way. Use of gloves and protective eyewear highly recommended when handling. Consume at your own risk. Product of India. So here's what I'm going to say. I have to work tomorrow.
Oh, boo!
Hold on.
Boo!
Is it okay if I eat this in pieces? Is it okay if I eat this in pieces? Is that worse?
Yeah.
They're saying it's worse.
Are you sure?
Buddy, I think you just gronk it. I think you just tackle it. Yeah. Do you really want waves?
Well, I'm not
saying bad idea.
If you think I'm chewing this, you're out of your mind. No one said anything about chewing.
No.
Man, I think chewing might be your best bet. I don't know about swallowing the whole
We have
thing.
some milk there for you.
Yeah, I was going to chug it with the... By the way, this is Fairlife whole milk, 3.25%, which I have not drank since I was probably 1 year old and trying to put on weight.
Man, if you don't chew it, then your stomach's got to do all the work.
But if I do chew it, my tongue's got to do the work. And I have to be able to function.
One or the other.
And Adam, now you've discovered the world of promising to do things when offered a certain amount of money.
Oh.
Now Adam's got this whole email in front of him of show prep and like topics that we're going to discuss tonight. You know we're not going through any of that,
You don't
right?
think so?
No, because you're going to be dying.
Well, if you can't breathe, we can't really talk.
Well, you guys can talk.
Barely.
What I need, does anybody have a napkin? I'm gonna roll this thing into a ball.
Here, Adam, how about this?
Thank you.
How about it? So we've teased it. You're going to do it. How about we wait for the most handsome man in television to come on in about 20 minutes?
Okay.
And then once that's done, you got to eat the pepper.
All right.
You're already sweating. How are you already coughing?
What is happening?
What are you coughing at?
Did you smell
I'm a
it?
little nervous. I'm a
He's
little nervous.
sweating.
It's looking at me like I'm looking at it and feeling like it's heat now.
Can you show the camera the piece?
I sure can. Can you see it on the camera?
It looks like it came out of my dog.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Yep.
Charlie.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know about that, dude. All right. Well, now you got 20 minutes to dread that. How's it feeling?
It's terrible.
You good?
Yeah, no, it's good. It's
you know
good.
what? You did it for a good cause, my friend.
I did it for a good
You
cause.
did it for a very good cause.
Sorry, do you want that?
Oh, there you go.
So-
Yummy.
So I want to read you guys something. Craig McTavish wrote an enormous piece today on coaching in Russia. If you remember, he got fired 7 games into the season, and this is one I wanted you to hear.
And, okay, I bet it's going to be like every other KHL piece where he talks about how it was great, he had a lot of fun,
Except...
he was paid on time,
yeah, right? Well,
things of that nature.
so apparently, according to Craig McTavish, the owner was big on winning every game. And that included preseason games. So when they didn't win, he only heard from the owner when they lost. When they didn't win, he would be dragged into the owner's office by a black Mercedes that would just show up.
What?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're in Russia. You're playing in Yaroslavl, which is where? Exactly.
Great question.
Yeah.
And a black Mercedes shows up and they say, get in.
It's in the Eastern Conference.
So it's
And-
closer to Europe?
Well, what
does that mean?
What does that even mean?
No, the Eastern Conference. So what that means, Andre and I, when we did the KHL highlights, we were always like, ugh, it's an Eastern Conference game. The Western Conference games are closer to the big cities, Moscow, St. Petersburg, and the cameras were really nice. The Eastern Conference games, it's like someone was like holding up their BlackBerry Bold
Okay.
and being like, you play hockey now. And we would try to salvage highlights out of that.
So they lost their first preseason game. Black Mercedes shows up. Craig McTavish gets in. Has to go meet Yuri, the guy that owns the team.
Oh, not Yuri.
And Yuri runs through for 2 hours in Russian all the things that Craig McTavish did wrong and what he needs to do to fix it.
The game was barely longer than that.
That's right. And he did that every time they lost. So they started the season 3-4.
No.
So I'm going to read this part for you. It said there was
8
another
hours.
meeting after the first regular season game, a loss in which we squandered a 2-goal lead. Yuri told me we were running out of time. I had better turn it around. This is after the first game. My patience for these meetings was definitely wearing thin. I'm not a tough guy and I don't pretend to be, but my mind would wander as Yuri was critiquing me and I was waiting for the translation. I was thinking about the consequences. What would the consequences be if I picked up the chair beside me and broke it over the table beside him? I'd probably end up in the trunk of that black Mercedes. Joking. But I've had a long career in hockey, and as he rambled on in Russian, I smiled at this and thought, that wouldn't be a terrible way to end it.
You know, he put joking. You should delete that.
I don't think he's
I
joking.
think that's exactly what would have happened, Craig.
He contemplated death because he lost a hockey game.
Yeah, death at the hands of Russia.
That's a little
man.
extreme.
Yeah, man. Dude, I'm not going to work a second longer than I have to in this life. I don't think Craig McTavish ever has to work again.
No,
does he?
I don't know what he's doing.
No, what are you doing going to Yaroslavl, man? Like, I know I praised him earlier in the year. I didn't do a ton of research as to where he was going. Man, Dynamo Moscow or one of the European teams, Dynamo Minsk, something like that. Maybe Jokerit. Man, what are you doing going to the Eastern Conference?
I don't know.
Joffrey Lupul during the lockout. All these guys were making a big old bunch of money. They were playing with their friends. Joffrey Lupul waited. So he signs with Avtomobilist, which I don't
what
even
that is.
know.
Where's that?
It's in Yekaterinburg.
Okay.
And if you can point that out on a map, I'll have a ghost pepper. No, I won't.
Yeah, don't
You
make
know
that
what?
bet.
No, I won't.
Don't make
All right.
Lupul lasted 9 games.
Wow.
So 2 more than Mac T.
Wow.
How long did it take you to get paid by the KHL?
That's in the book.
Okay, yeah, it's in the book. I discovered that they had been shortchanging me all season. So that was from September till April.
And was this in rubles, or were you?
It
Being
was
paid in Canadian
rubles
dollars?
that they converted to American dollars that I converted to Canadian dollars. It was great and a brilliant time of my life. God, I'm so glad I'm done with it. So they shortchanged me every paycheck from September to April. I discovered the problem around mid-April, May, and I got paid Halloween that year.
Wow.
Halloween
go.
day.
So he could buy his house.
Yeah.
Yep. This is roughly the 6-year anniversary of the KHL paying me the $11,000 they owed me.
Congratulations. That's great. Wow.
Thanks
wow.
for that, man. Thanks. Feels great. Living in Oshawa, taking an hour and a half to get here.
All
It
right.
was great.
So here's the deal. We're about 10 minutes away. It's 10 minutes away from you being on here, right?
I hope so, unless they cut me from the show. That'd be embarrassing.
Okay.
That's happened
It'd be
before.
very you.
It'd
be on brand.
I tweeted, make sure you watch. Called my parents, and they're like, I don't think you're coming on. They just dropped the puck. I'm sorry, Mom and Dad.
All right.
They cut me.
So here's the deal then. We're going to take a few questions.
Oh, fun.
If you guys have any questions that you have, we got one over here. So come on over, grab the microphone. Yeah, here we go. Starting us off. Your
What's
name
up?
is. Oh, let's turn it on.
No, you won't be able to hear it.
Oh,
over
we
the
won't be able to
speakers,
hear it.
just
I'll repeat the
recording for
question.
podcast.
There you go.
Hi guys, my name's okay.
No, say it loud.
Hi guys, my name's Elliot. I have trivia.
Hi, Elliot.
What's the trivia,
All right, what's the-
Elliot?
Can you name any of the top 5 most valuable sports franchises in the world?
Yes.
Real Madrid.
Yeah.
The Arizona Coyotes.
Yeah.
Is that one?
Real Madrid is one.
The New York
Barcelona.
Islanders.
yeah.
Barcelona is
Manchester
two.
United.
No.
Oh.
The Yankees.
They are fifth. Or sorry, they're
What?
fourth.
Yo,
That's
PSG,
three.
PSG. You think?
The
PSG.
No.
Oh, wow.
the Dallas
The Dallas
Cowboys.
Cowboys.
Dallas Cowboys
That's-
are number one.
That's 4, right?
Wow.
They're missing one. And you.
The Dallas
Man U, is that correct?
It is not.
Dallas
Not Man.
Steelers.
I will tell you it is North American team, the fifth one.
North American.
The Lakers.
Football team.
New England Patriots.
No, there's seven.
Lakers.
Lakers?
Close. It's basketball.
The Knicks.
There you go.
There you go. We got all 5. How about that?
The Knicks are worth more than the Lakers? Damn.
By about 20 million.
By about 20 million. Wow.
Thank
I
you,
am
Elliot.
surprised. I'm very
There you
surprised.
go. Got more? Anybody else brought a question along that they'd like answered? We got some in the back. All right, we'll go with Pittsburgh Penguins jersey. Whoa.
Hey.
Are they a real team, guys?
Adam,
Are they
whoa,
real?
Whoa. Don't fight the guy. Don't fight the guy. Whoa.
Go ahead. Speak it out loud so everybody can hear you.
Hi, my name's Curtis.
Hi, Curtis.
Sorry, my question for Steve. Would you rather eat a green pepper or this ghost pepper?
Steve, would you rather eat a green pepper or ghost pepper?
I would like to. You know what, man? I think I'd rather, now that the option is in front of me, I'd rather eat a green pepper, because when I ate the green pepper, that was it. I was done with it. I don't want to experience this tomorrow. I don't look forward to like the Jesse, Jax, and TJ show tomorrow morning. Like, you think you're getting me on the mic for 1 second?
I'm gonna have to be, man. I don't have a
Nope.
choice.
Nope. I think, okay, can you bring the mic in the bathroom?
I can bring that mic in the bathroom.
There you
Hey,
go.
man, hey, thanks for
All
your
right, you
question,
have a
buddy.
show
Appreciate
then.
it. Woo! All right. I saw we had a question at the back there. Oh, and by the way, the guy with his hands up, he's the guy that brought the ghost peppers tonight, everybody. So please give him a round of applause.
Yeah.
Come on up. Big round of applause here. All right. And just so everybody knows, your name is? Jamie, you got to speak
Jamie.
up. They can't hear you on the mic. They can't hear you. Yeah, speak up, loud. Well, because we're recording it. So this is Jamie, everybody.
Hi, Jamie.
There we go. All right. Jamie.
It's kind of silly when you say it out loud.
So the two players being sent down today,
The 2 players being sent down today.
the Leafs need to send down at least one more.
The Leafs have to send down at least one more.
Why is it Spezza?
Who's it going to be and why is it Spezza? Now, I was reading online. Can Spezza not even be sent down?
Oh, I think he can.
Anybody can be sent down. It's just
Unless he got a no movement.
I
Yeah.
think he might.
No, he doesn't. No
that's
way.
ridiculous.
I'm not sure. But I don't think they would send him down. Like, I think they would waive him.
No, yeah,
In
Spezza,
the
Nick,
hopes-
Spezza, Nick Shore, or Timashov look like the candidates.
All right. I think they would waive him in the hopes that he would get picked up, but like, he's not reporting to the Marlies.
He has a no trade clause.
Oh.
He's going to be waived and Ottawa's going to play.
He's going to be waived and Ottawa's going to claim him.
But there's no point in ending your career in Ottawa. There's no, I still think Dallas.
Really?
I still think he's going to
Yeah,
Dallas.
I
I
don't-
think he sticks around.
I think he's going to stay,
yeah,
man.
I think he's a useful piece for the Leafs, and they're going to find a way to keep him.
Yeah. Yep.
Like, man, I don't mind Nick Shore, but like, has he been that good?
No.
That he should be replacing him almost every night?
And
No.
has he been that good that somebody's going to come in and claim him?
Right.
No, definitely not.
So,
I don't think so.
okay.
I think Spezza's more likely to get claimed than Shore.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I would agree, just based on name brand alone.
Yeah.
Name brand that's a really good way of putting it.
It's important.
Yes.
Anyway, hey, thanks for the question, and thank you for the peppers, man. I might hate you later, but I do appreciate you bringing them, man. All right, come on up, man. Obviously, now, I got to ask, is this my... Oh, he's got a Kessel's hot dog shirt, everybody.
Can you show the camera?
Yo, show
Can
the
you come over
camera.
here?
Show
There
the
you go.
camera.
Stand
That's
right
an
there.
excellent shirt,
There
sir.
you go.
Yeah, give him a round of applause. Woo! Okay, so here, hold both microphones here because it's a lot easier. We're recording on both. So what is your name?
My name is Adam.
His name's Adam. He's got a great name, right? Yeah. All right, Adam. What do you want to ask?
So my question is for Steve. So about a year or two ago, you mentioned that you were going through a bit of a rut, and you went to therapy to kind of figure it out and get yourself back on the horse.
Yes.
So since it's November, I thought I'd go with a mental health question. There's a lot of people out there who want to take the first step but don't really know what that first step is. Could you describe what it was like from the moment you decided I need to go to therapy to sitting in that office?
Yeah, I mean, sharp turn, but sure. You know what, man? So I don't like rides. Like, I don't like roller coasters and stuff like that. And the only way I can do them is if I don't think about them too much, if I don't look at it, if I just kind of stand in line and wait for it to be my turn. And that's sort of the way I did it. I knew I needed to do it. I just went there and did it. And once I was in the room, I just decided to be as vulnerable as possible, be honest, and say, why did it have to be Rask?
Great answer. Great
things
answer.
of that nature.
And great question, man. Thank you. Thank you. We got time for one more before Steve apparently is supposed to go up, although who knows? They might cut him from the show.
I honestly might get cut. I don't know.
All right, well, come on up. Come on up. Yeah, come on up, man. Sorry, I don't know your name, so it's hard to... Let's give him a round of applause anyway. Yeah. Woo. All right, your name.
Kave. Okay, I'll make it like 2 quick questions. Steve, seriously, Leafs win the Stanley Cup in Game 6 against Calgary. Have you ever given hypothetically,
Sure.
have you ever given thought about what that LFR looks like the next day? Would it be a regular in your room LFR, or are you going to be in a fountain or something? Like, have you ever really given thought? Because I often think about it. Leafs win the Cup. What's that LFR going to look like?
I think it would just be a 72-hour live stream.
Just screaming.
Screaming in my room, screaming at the arena, screaming in the streets,
Nice.
screaming in prison. Like, just whatever, however it goes down.
Yeah.
But it's funny. So I picture myself, I would like to be at the arena. I think that'd be cool. Or at very least in Maple Leaf Square. But I feel like the room has put in the work. Like, it's put in the time.
yeah.
It would feel wrong to not have
do it there.
an actual thought-out video in the room. You know, the room's a good vet. It's put in the time. Yeah. It's a good room.
It's a real pro.
It's a real pro room. It deserves it. I've literally defaced it when the Leafs have lost. I think it deserves. Yeah. I want one day, mark my words, I'm going to lift the Stanley Cup above my head, and that Stanley Cup will be in my room. I don't know how it's going to happen.
Or a cookie.
The real
Okay.
and a cookie.
And a
I
cookie.
get to eat Stanley Cup cookies out of the Stanley Cup in my room. Believe in yourself.
Yeah. And then, second question for all of you guys. You guys are in charge of Leafs management. What do you do during the Seattle expansion? Who do you protect? Who do you heighten? Like, how do you take care of that situation if you're Dubas in the management? What are they going to do, but what would you do?
That's a really good question, man. You know, the great thing about the Leafs is after this season's done, they don't really have any bad contracts unless they decide to sign one. And, you know, it's going to be a really tough one because you got Matthews, Tavares, Marner, Nylander, Kerfoot, Janssen, Kapanen. And then below that, you've got Morgan Riley. You're going to have to give up one of the names I just mentioned. And you have to protect Freddie Anderson, too. So it's going to be tough. They're going to lose someone of, and I don't think anybody's talked about this, probably Kerfoot, Janssen, Kapanen.
Yeah, one of those three.
They're going to lose them.
It's probably going to be one of those three, and they have this really interesting strategy of just not having any defensemen signed that can be taken from them.
Right.
So it's almost like they're saying, here, take one of these guys. I wonder if a strategy that a few teams try, and it's a risky one, I don't know if it's a great idea, is just you go into the expansion draft with a bunch of free agents. Like, because Vegas is probably not going to want to claim a UFA off of you. I think they did it with Derek Engelland.
Seattle.
Oh, did I say Vegas? Seattle? I know they're probably not going to want to claim a UFA off you because there's no guarantee that they're able to retain them. But it's risky, man.
All right.
I don't know, but I think Kapanen's probably going to be a Golden Knight, which is great because they're really slow.
It's not going to be a Golden Knight. He's going to be a Seattle.
Oh, my God. Whatever the Seattle team is. Sorry. They're playing them tonight, and I'm watching the screen so I can see my gorgeous face.
All right. I guess we got time for another question if we got one. Yeah, man. Come on up. Come on up. All right. What's your name?
Will.
All right,
Will.
Speak into the mic as loud as you can.
Okay. So people say that the Leafs need more grit and toughness. Ignoring any sort of trade or whatever, who's one player across the league you want, like a tough guy?
A player with grit and toughness that the Leafs could employ. Honestly, like, people, I just heard of Ryan Reeves from the crowd.
That's
like,
what I was
that's
saying.
not even what I'm looking for, man.
It
Like,
would have been cool to see Wayne Simmons here when he was peak Wayne Simmons.
oh, of course.
Like, that would have been beautiful.
and peak Bobby Orr. And,
Well-
like, peak.
Yeah, but Wayne Simmons was at least realistic. 2 seasons ago. You know what I mean?
Yes.
If they had him under contract. Even now, if he was on the team and still one of our grinders, it would have been great to have.
Totally. Well, like the other night, Alex Kerfoot got drilled. Who was it by? It's by Jeff Carter.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Like you don't need
I
to be a name brand tough guy to lay a hit and play feisty. You don't need to be big either. Travis Konechny's a pain in the ass.
Right.
Brendan Gallagher is a pain in the ass. So, like, I just want anyone to... You know who was mean? Nikita Zaitsev. Now, he wasn't good.
Yeah, that's too bad.
So there was that little bugaboo about his game, but honestly, any of the players that I just mentioned, even a guy like Konechny, just someone who's a jerk. And I feel like the Leafs' best route in terms of acquisition is just convince the guys they already have to be dicks.
Yeah, that's what I think too. It's like anyone can do it. They're already good enough to play in the NHL. They just need to.
Matthews is big enough and strong enough to be a jerk out there.
Gauthier.
Yeah, Patrice Bergeron's not a big guy, but you
Brad
don't mess
Marchand.
with him. Or Brad Marchand, exactly. Who? Uncle Leo.
Get him back.
With his amazingly expensive deal. Yeah, that's. I think you see what I'm getting at. I could go through almost every player. Yeah.
All right, hey, thanks so much for your question, man. All right, I think we got time for one more. We may have to introduce now. I have to make sure somebody's at the sound mixing board because if you come up, there's nobody there to turn it on.
It would be a travesty.
Would it? What are we in for?
I was asked very vaguely, "Hey, can you give us something on William Nylander?" And I thought, okay, well, knowing what is said on television about William Nylander and having the opportunity that I had, I was like, you know what? You're coming out of left field with this one.
It was all praise, right? Because if it's not, we're going to have a problem.
Yeah.
Jesse, you might hear some podcast content
Okay.
on Sportsnet tonight.
All right.
From noted Bell employee Jesse Blake.
Here we go. Here we go.
Do we have any more questions? Get up here.
Do you have a question?
Where's the mic?
Yeah, grab that mic. No, Adam's right there. Take this one. Take this one.
Yeah. We'll talk into that.
Okay. So it's a question about Mike Babcock, of course. Not the goalie situation, but the whole player deployment. Why not on back-to-backs? Like, say Trevor Moore, they play him fourth line, first half, 10 minutes a night, whatever. And the second half, put him on the first line, so you have a fresh guy to play first line. And Trevor Moore's experience.
That's a little too loud. So, okay, your question about deployment, like, why not have a guy like Trevor Moore deep in the lineup on one night and then high in the lineup on another?
On the back-to-back. Because instead of Janssen, I mean...
Dude, it's a great idea because you're trying to get creative, at least.
And he provides energy. He
Provides energy.
everything.
He does
And
a lot
he's
of
skilled,
things.
too.
You know,
But it's Babcock, so...
I'm easing off of Babcock a bit. Like, I was mad at him for the backup goalie situation and how he was handling that. But at the end of the day, there's a couple players who really need to play better. There's Cody Ceci, who's not capable of it, so we just sort of need to live with it. But dude, if we get half of what was promised out of Tyson Barrie, dude, like that, he's on pace for less than.
Babcock, that's deployment again. Babcock just has to play him with someone who's. someone else.
Tyson Barrie's good enough that it shouldn't matter. And you should be able, with the guys that the Leafs have, you should be able to play Barrie exclusively with the fourth line, and he should be able to put up more than 26 points. So I like your idea, but that's what I got my eye on with regard to the Leafs. Thanks for that, Adam.
Well, listen, I was trying to get it so if they don't cut the segment, we'll be ready to go.
Sure. It might have actually gotten cut.
Yeah, well, there you go. Did they tell you 6:45?
They told me roughly 6:45. Now they're
boy.
coming out of the commercial. I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see.
Adam, I think it's about time.
It sounds like it's about time, but I'm just waiting to see if Steve comes up here. If he doesn't, then I'll do it.
You're
All right?
loving
Sounds
this.
like you're delaying.
You're loving this because,
I hate
maybe
this.
Sportsnet is having mercy on you.
Oh, of course, they got to cut to Mike.
Oh, imagine thinking you're going to be on television and then they put Mike Babcock on the screen.
There's some quick things I do want to mention
notes,
about
yes.
the bar, guys. I just hope that everybody's having. Are we having a great time at Regulars tonight? Right, exactly. Now we need to talk about Lost Craft. Every Thursday, by the way, Lost Craft is on special tonight, $5. Every Thursday, it is on special right here, and they've got an amazing stamp program here. So you don't want to be a part, you don't want to miss this. Basically, if you got your stamps and that sort of thing, and you go across the stamp program, ask your bartender about this. Once you get 6 stamps for one particular Toronto team, like the Leafs, the Raptors, TFC, Jays, you turn in your card, and they hand you a pair of tickets to go see a home game for that team. Woo. So ask your bartender about the stamp program here at Regulars. It's amazing. And please give the staff, everybody here, a big round of applause at Regulars because they've been absolutely amazing in hosting us and getting the sound system up and getting it going. Again, we want to do more of these live shows, so it's so great that you guys came tonight so we can keep doing this stuff.
And we're going to be on during intermission as well.
Yes, we are. We're going to be here all night. These two will be able to talk to you. I'm not so sure.
Are you going to eat it?
Am I going to eat it? Is it
I
time?
think you should eat it.
Is Adam going to eat the ghost pepper right now?
Eat the pepper. Here we go.
So I'm gonna just have a little milk first so I remember what things taste like. All right.
He's already got milk on his laptop. Oh my God, he actually did it.
Oh, God.
He took a couple chews. His eyes are really wide. Adam's scared, man. Are you going to slam the whole thing? Wow.
Oh,
He ate it.
no. Although, don't applaud yet. We don't know how this is going to go.
So how is it so far?
It's
Nothing?
A-okay? It's fine. It's the calm before the storm.
This sounds familiar.
Did you feel anything?
No, that's the problem is that from what I understand, if you swallow it, great, you got it down, but then that's when the problems start.
Chug more milk.
The Steve Dangle Podcast. Follow the guys on Twitter at Steve_Dangle, at Adam WYLDE, and at Jesse Blake. Brought to you by Panago Pizza. Order at panago.com and stuff your face with deliciousness.